Valeo in Tuam, Ford F-150 electric, Launch have a whole new range of products, Mercedes dealer group in the UK and their employee well-being, Martin's Garage in Neenah, Volkswagen are sold out, Mercedes level 3 autonomous driving, and robo-taxis in China. Hello and welcome to this week's MotorZen news. You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Valeo have a factory in Tuam in County Galway. Back in 2002, they produced the first surround vision camera. In 2010, they produced 1 million cameras. In 2013, they produced 10 million. In 2015, they produced 20 million. 15 to 18 was 30-fold increase. 2018 to 2022, they've produced 100 million cameras. Tuam in County Galway, in the Valeo plant, is the #1 producer of ADAS cameras around the world, and they employ 850 people. And if anything from this as well, yeah, it's a fantastic good news story for Ireland and for a company existing in Ireland producing high-tech products for the motor industry. But it also shows us how prominent now cameras are becoming on cars, in the way that continuous growth and continuous numbers are increasing all the time goes to show that ADAS is becoming a major component and a standard component on cars going forward. F-150 Lightning is Ford's big pickup truck in America. A segment that was traditionally big gas guzzling engines is now electric. But they've realised that they've got a problem in the fact that if you have a car, you tend not to, the variables tend not to change much. The main reason most Americans have a big pickup truck is for towing. And the range on a battery changes enormously when you tow. So what Ford have developed is a software that accurately figures out what your range is, accurate intelligent range analysis system. It builds up a database combined with information that you input or that the vehicle inputs. One of the pieces of information that the vehicle has is it's got an onboard weighing scales. So the minute you hook in your trailer, it now knows the weight that you're towing. You also have an option to input the size or shape of what you're towing. So for example, if it was a box trailer, wind resistance or a caravan, wind resistance is going to be very high on that. It factors that in. It also then draws on data from other F-150s that may have travelled the same journey with the same load, and it inputs that data over the air to the vehicle. So there's a constant evolution and updating of the data as to what the range is you're going to get for this journey with this trailer. So it's becoming important on this area because there's such a change that occurs in the range. But it's an example of how proactive the manufacturers are becoming to allow electric vehicles to become more easier to live with for the customer. Launch is a brand that you traditionally associate with scan tools. But Launch have a new product catalogue out now, and that product catalogue includes TPMS tools, DPF tools, brake fluid exchange tools, transmission fluid system replacement tools, SmartLink for pass-through. Also, their pass-through system has a platform that assists you in linking to the manufacturer system to do updates or flashes from the manufacturer's platform. The distributor for Launch, and he has been for very, very many years and very consistent and long service, is Woodford Diagnostics in Callan. That's Robert Keats. So be conscious that Launch have a lot of other products, and that if you want to know anything about those products, talk to Robert in Callan. A statement that you might hear made often enough from companies is, our policy is to assure that our people know that they're important and valued. And sometimes when you hear those statements, you think, they're just paying lip service. They don't really mean that. Well, there's a Mercedes dealer group in the UK called LSH, and they have a one-day training program for some of their employees, and at this stage they have 50 people employed, or 50 people trained up on this training program, and they're trained up to be mental health first aiders. And the idea of these people within the company is that if somebody is suffering or feel they're a little bit down, or they've got some well-being issues, maybe related to drugs or alcohol, that they talk with these people who've got this training to assist them, and they can help them to develop a well-being plan. Now, I know that sometimes as I travel around the country and I talk to people, the big issue we have now is staff and holding on to staff. And sometimes I ask some employers about, how does the guy get on, or how is he at home, or how is home life or personal life, and they say, I don't know, it's not my business. And I think more and more as we go on, if we've got good employees, we've got to find ways of working with them better to assist and help them. And I think something like this mental health first aiders is a really good idea, because I think we have to be more conscious about the person as a whole, as opposed to the person that just shows up to work for us. Martin's Garage in Nina in County Tipperary have just installed an ADAS system from Brainbeef from Colin Reid, and they've installed it as a service for their own customers, but they're also offering as a service for smaller independent workshops. And I think this is an interesting concept, because I think it's going to become too expensive for all workshops to buy the likes of ADAS equipment. So I think it's going to be something that those partnerships are going to have to develop out in the country areas in particular, to assist the smaller workshops in being able to get ADAS calibrations done. The other thing that's happening also as well is that when you talk to guys out and about, they're happy to go to the dealer to get an ADAS calibration done. But what's happening now is the dealer is given lead times of 2 to 3 weeks, because they're short staffed. They're inundated with work and don't have enough people to do the work. So they're saying, particularly to the trade, they're saying, yeah, no bother, we'll do it in 3 weeks time. You've got a customer wants it done today, or certainly much quicker than that. So this type of a service where the trade is offering the trade assistance is an interesting one. Now, Martins also have a DPF cleaning service as well, and they offer that both to their own customers and to the trade. So an interesting area to be looking at as we go forward as well. Volkswagen are sold out. Yeah, Volkswagen are sold out of EV vehicles for the rest of the year. Hard to believe, but they sold 99,100 vehicles since the start of the year, electric vehicles since the start of the year. They say they've got a backlog of 300,000 vehicles in Europe alone. They are the second biggest seller of EVs in Europe. The number one spot is, you guessed it, is Tesla, with 300,000 vehicles sold. But they really are saying, look, they're not going to be able to solve this situation until 2023, between the chip shortage and the fact that most of their wiring harnesses were made in Ukraine. Volkswagen have really run into problems. And okay, the word on the ground here is that dealers have got stock, but that stock is not going to be replenished through the year. It's going to be into next year before that stock is replenished. So an unusual situation that we're seeing there. Volkswagen have also a partner with BP, British Petroleum. Ironically, British Petroleum, they're going to, in order to develop charging points across Germany and Europe. Between now and 2024, they're projecting that they're going to open 4,000 charging points in Germany alone. They look to roll out 8,000 charging points across Europe. So this is Volkswagen's reaction to the fact that, if you can't fuel the car, i.e. you can't get it charged, you can't sell it. So I think I think this is a regular complaint that does come back from people as well. Oh, you can't buy an electric because there's not enough charging points. And I think Volkswagen are addressing this and what they're attempting to do in partnership with BP here as well. Mercedes-Benz, and we spoke about this on 2 or 3 other shows, have just released pricing for their Drive Pilot, their level 3 autonomous driving system. It will be available on an S class from May 17th, and if you want level 3 autonomous driving on your S class, it's going to cost you €5,000, and if you want it on one of their electric vehicles, the EQS vehicles, it's €7,430. This Mercedes have achieved the world first in that they're the first company to get international certification for this form of driving. No other manufacturers got certified to do this. They are certified in Europe and Germany for this type of driving. Conditional automotive driving. Level 3 still requires the driver to be ready to take over immediately. It is for up to 60 kilometers an hour, usually in a motorway environment, usually when the traffic is following one another, and they can use the active cruise control and then the lane departure cameras to keep the vehicle on track. But the level 3 means the driver must be there and must be able to take over immediately. So this is really happening, and linked to that is a company in China called Pony AI have got a license to operate fully autonomous taxis in China. They're going to operate in an 800 square kilometer range. They're going to have 100 of these taxis operating in this range. They've already done 10 million kilometers of testing. At the start, there's going to be a person in the vehicle, i.e. a driver ready to take over, but they're going to take that person away shortly after they deploy these vehicles. Obviously, it's just going to get over the consumer's initial nervousness, but after a short period of time, these vehicles are going to be traveling in an 800 square kilometer range, and they're going to have 100 of these vehicles, and they're predicting that it's going to be exponential, the level of increase in road safety, the reduction in accidents. So it's going to be interesting to watch how this whole system rolls out in China, because this type of autonomous driving is definitely on its way. I know in every single YouTube video you watch, they keep going on about the like, comment and subscribe, and look, we're trying to get out there and get talking to the trade. We're trying to develop this community through the channel. So if you could, we'd appreciate it, that like, comment and subscribe. It's a major help to us. And also if you could hit the bell icon to get the updates on it. So every week we try and get a few more people to do that, so we can build up the whole community through this platform. Thanks for that.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces.